Hello and welcome to Revsportz. We are not at Colombo, we are not at Vizag, we are in between. We are at Chennai airport and we are sitting here. It's pretty freezing out there, no sorry, in here. I think the AC is pretty good. But Snehasis, we just about made it in time for our flight because India-Pakistan was absolutely unlike what we had expected from India.
Yes, and the unexpected things happens since the toss.
Yeah.
Right. Right at the toss, Pakistan won the toss and they opted to bowl first, and then we knew.
But even before that, there was a whole confusion related to
The
Fatima
toss.
Sana calling heads or tails.
Yes.
But here's my 2 cents. Say for example, what people are saying online. Fatima Sana said call tails, and then it was heads. The match referee said heads.
You have won the
Mel
toss.
Jones said heads. Yes, and you won the toss. Blah blah. What was Harmanpreet Kaur doing?
Yes.
How zoned out was she not to know that Fatima Sana has called tails? So I don't think that was the
Harmanpreet
case.
Kaur has now the belief that I cannot win the toss.
I cannot win the
It
toss.
cannot
yeah.
happen. So he showed that.
No, I think what I was trying to get at is I don't think Fatima called tails. She called heads because 3 people cannot be wrong. I mean,
Yes.
Fatima can be. Let's say Fatima was wrong. She wanted to win the toss and bowl first, so she agreed to whatever was said. But Harmanpreet wouldn't be forgetting,
Yes.
Neither would the match referee, Mel Jones. Everyone cannot get it wrong. So I just wanted to get this controversy out. In fact, we did ask people, to recheck and understand what went wrong. But when we heard, there was an overlap, yes, but of course Fatima did call heads.
Yes. That is what we had.
Yeah, we heard finally, from the raw footage. Now that controversy out of the way, let's talk about what happened after the toss. Not the decision, because we did think that when India was put to bat, we thought 350 was. I mean, I thought 350 was the score that India was going after. You were towards the higher 290s, but India didn't even cross 250.
Yes. So I was left 50 run above. You were 100 run above. So India perfectly ruined both of us prediction, but it was a devastating batting performance.
The way India ruined our prediction, if you aren't someone who follows our analysis or our chats, you would think we actually know zilch about the game. But to be honest, it was India who batted badly, not us.
Yes. As I mentioned, it was a devastating performance of the batters. All the batters, I will say. Yeah, Richa scored those important runs, but that is why you only these 2.
But the amazing part is you are sending Richa Ghosh below Snehasis.
At number 8.
Till 2-3 matches ago, you were sending Snehasis at number 10.
Yes.
So you aren't even decided about your batting order.
Yes, absolutely. But you have to start with Smriti Mandhana, Pratik Rawal.
No, I can't start with Smriti Mandhana. Smriti only did not start the World Cup yet.
Yes.
Her
She
World Cup is yet to start.
Kick off her campaign, and it is very disappointing. The form that she has been carrying, from that series. It was expected that one match gone against Sri Lanka, it might happen. Against Pakistan, it was expected she will score some runs, but again, I think the pattern has become, now I think it has become a pattern. You hold a tight line against her, you don't give those early boundaries to her, and then she will fall into your trap and she will eventually get out.
Exactly.
So I think that is the pattern that opposition team have discovered right now, and I think that has been working superbly for them, not for us obviously, but them. So I think as a batter,
And the worrying signs are if Sri Lanka and Pakistan have worked you out, then what do you expect from South Africa, Australia, England and New Zealand? This is the exact order in which India is going to play the 4 matches, and out of which, to stay in contention for knockouts, you have to win minimum 2. So, the problem is, so Smriti Mandhana from last World Cup to this World Cup had 2,100 runs. The next best was the Indian captain Harmanpreet Kaur, but with 1167 runs. And then the third best was, I think, with 1000 some runs, Jemima, and then every single other batter had below 1000 runs in 4 years, in 3 years rather, because the World Cup happened in 2022 because of COVID. So from 2022 to 2025, you do not have a consistent performer. Point in case, Harlin has been coming in at number 3 since the last T20 World Cup, and she has 100 against West Indies, 150 in the last Australia series, and a lot of 40s. So while you cannot say that Harlin is out of form, you cannot even say at number 3 it's absolutely a sin to get to 46 and then not convert it. Add to that the fact that she starts so slowly that she ends up slowing the run rate of the entire team, which the team has built in the power play.
Yes, absolutely. And at number 3, the role is to anchor the innings, right? If you get out to bat at 10 overs or 15 overs, your primary role should be to be there till 40 or 45th over and score those 80 or 100 runs. And that will give that belief to the other end batters that I can go big. She or he is there to support that end, so we can go big. That is not happening, and that is not happening with either Pratika also.
Yeah.
Because whenever Smriti gets out early, I think the hardest part of this batting to see both Pratika and Harlin batting together. It's very hard to see.
Oh my God! Don't even say hard. Let's just use the word frustrating.
Yes, very
And when you're sitting in the media box, look, it's not easy to cover matches. I'll give you a small example. So basically, the Premadasa, from where we were doing our live shows to the media box, is a good 7 to 8 minutes walk, if not more. And you're running and reaching there after the pre-show. You're sitting there. Okay, Smriti plays a frustrating knock, gets out. Pratika and Harleen bore you and frustrate you just because they do not know how to find gaps. They do not know how to hit gaps. They do not know how to rotate the strike. Smriti included. Smriti gets saved because often if you look at it, Smriti has played 5 dot balls and a boundary, so 4 out of 6 balls, which is where her strike rate is much better. But in case of Pratika and Harleen, none of them even bother. Harleen steps up the gas, after she reaches about 30. Yeah, exactly. So overall, it's a frustrating phase, which I think ultimately is ending up affecting the entire middle order.
Yes, absolutely, and that is why I think affecting that Jemima is also. I think at what kind of situation when she is coming up, right? She is planning, okay, I have to play the aggressive role.
Yes.
From the ball one or maybe for the
Same thing is happening to Harman as well.
Yeah,
The moment Harman is coming out,
because
Harman is
both Harman and Harleen, both Harman and Jemima have the capability to get those singles and doubles. They have that game, but unfortunately, Pratika and Harleen do not have that game. Same balls, same region, same shots, same fielder, and again and again. And that is creating pressure. Ultimately, they lost wicket. Ultimately, that gives pressure to the following batters, and ultimately, they also pay the price.
absolutely. But the other problem, Snehasis, is now you have persuaded with Harleen for so long that in the World Cup. So if you have to drop Harleen, for example, then you will be getting Jemima from 5 to 3.
Yes.
If you get Jemima from 5 to 3, you are being unfair on Jemima.
Absolutely. Injustice to her. Because if in a World Cup she is playing at number 3, she should have been playing at that position for the last 2 years at least. I am not saying 3 years. You can try other options.
Of course.
But at least for
at
1.5 years.
At least last 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year she.
Since the West Indies tour, she should have been the number 3.
Every team is expected to have a idea of 15-16 members that these players are going to play the World Cup at least before 1 year. Because we want to play those players in rotation against top opposition in order to get prepared for the World Cup. So right now, if you just want to see that okay, Jemima has that potential to play at number 3. So let's see to have that rotation and all. Let's use her at number 3 and let's drop Ali. I think that is injustice to Game Rodriguez. But I don't see that thing happening. I think Allen will play. Because as you say, I think the runs are there. But the way she is scoring those runs, the way she is failing every time to convert those runs, that is the problem. And the main problem, be it batters, be it bowlers, be it fielders in this team is that repeating the same mistake again and again. No improvement. Match by match, everyone pointing out. Even in press conferences, coaches also talk the same thing. Then we thought as journalists or something, or maybe you can say Indian fan, that okay, I think now they are getting that idea, okay, this means, so now we can expect some improvement in the end. One game maybe here and there improvement, then again back to the old.
Also, Snehasis, what I feel like, this is something that I witnessed in the Australia series. Australia came hard at India in the first game and India lost, of course. And then for the next game, India came well prepared with proper planning. Third game, of course, Australia will react to that planning. India had no answers.
Yes.
You do not have a plan B, C, D, and this is again something that we have been talking about every single day. Be it the batters, be it the bowlers, none of them have a backup plan. If I have decided to play a certain way, if I have decided to bat a certain way, and I'm not able to do it, could be the pitch, could be the double-paced nature of the pitch, could very well be that the bowlers that you had expected to bowl probably badly are bowling better. Then you go to your plan B or plan C. There's no plan B or plan C.
Yes. And also I want to say one thing that India won the Tri-Nation ODI series in Sri Lanka only, right?
Yes.
And then you are scoring those 330, 340s. Why
Yes.
you are scoring? Because your opening partnership was strong.
Yes.
They were scoring runs and they were taking time and scoring.
Yes.
So what I am saying that this is nothing new that Sri Lankan pitches initially will work like this. A little bit
Correct.
slow.
Correct.
Spinners will come into play. You
Correct.
might take some time to judge the pace of the pitch. So these players have already played in Sri Lanka. These players are not nothing like new to this kind of pitch. Only playing in India and habituated to those kind of pitches. So I think maximum players of the squad have been part of this,
Yes,
of that
yes,
Tri-Nation series.
yes.
So you know that how we scored those 320s or maybe 280-90s run. So why you are not following that?
Sneha Rana was the highest wicket taker back
Yes.
then.
And
Yesterday,
see what
all she
happened.
could bowl was full
Full
tosses.
So I think that is the concerning thing, that this is not something that new for you guys. Yeah, I know that you guys are playing only one match in Colombo. It is done and dusted. Now you are back in home. It's expected to have a little bit of spin here and there and maybe maximum flat wickets. Okay, it's fine. We will see what happens. But at least for one match, you have all the experience you had. You know that even we are discussing that this is a traditional Sri Lankan wicket.
Correct.
You might struggle initial 10-15 overs. You'll score around what run rate of 4, 4.5. It's okay. But if you don't lose wickets, you can end up with 290, 320, 330. That's fine. But again, you don't follow that template, and ultimately you pay the price and you fail to score 2 wickets.
Absolutely. And from batting, we can go on and on. I think the problem is that Pakistan did not really take the wicket. They were gifted by the Indian team. The other part which I felt absolutely strange about Snehasis is, this is something that we were discussing from the beginning, that the two sides of the wickets, one was 56 meter, the other was 63 meter, the straight one was 70 odd.
Yes.
You did not try to utilize the shorter boundary at all.
When we saw the first sweep, I think it was around 20.
It was Jemima, about 25th over or something of that sort. Yeah.
So, be it Halim, be it Pratika, no sweep shots. I know Smriti doesn't play that much sweeper, and she was not there.
She
at that
had
time. She was
got out
already gone
before
out.
that itself.
But yet again, I can only remember if Harmanpreet comes out to bat
Yes,
early, then
yes.
she will play those ram
Yes.
shots, she will play those sweeps and all. Even Jemima plays those, but very limited. I think these batters have range of shots, but
They don't use them.
yeah, on those particular situations when they need to use those shots, somehow they panic maybe, somehow they don't work, they don't think that much. They continue to play those normal, straight bat shots. It's okay, you have to play with straight bat, I can understand. horizontal bats you can get out, but at least you have to think a little bit to get those singles and double. You have to continue moving that scorecard, right? You cannot stick there. Ultimately, that will put pressure on yourself and the falling batter, because that is happening again and again.
Yeah, I mean, first game also we had over 100 dot balls. In the
Yes.
second game we had close to 160 dot balls, and these are without wicket balls. We are
So
not even
30 overs
counting.
you have batted on.
Yes, exactly. 30 overs you have not scored a single run.
In 20 overs you have
And-
batted brilliantly. You should take it.
And the and then the other part, which as you said, so then when I had said 350 is your score, out of those 160 balls, even if you converted
100.
half of them, not even 100,
80.
half of them,
330.
80, you've got 330.
Yes.
But obviously you have to move on from the batting to the bowling.
Ah,
Another disappointing performance,
especially spinners.
spinners,
Yeah.
because I think
Because
the pacers
have done-
did a good job. Yeah.
Renuka concerning that she bowled 10 overs, how she will hold up the body and
Yes.
everything, that will have to see.
Yeah.
I think in the next practice session. Kranti, one of the players to watch out for, we have been talking about, and she has been pretty impressive. First World Cup, she has been pretty good. I saw a reel where in the press conference she told that I told Harmanpreet that please keep her
Please
second
keep
slate.
this second.
And that happened, and she took the wicket. So I think that shows that she's thinking about the game, right? And that should happen for every bowler, that you should convince your captain that this is my plan.
If you have a plan, it's not
Yes.
like your captain is not going to give.
Exactly,
But
exactly.
you also have to tell your captain. If you don't
Yeah.
tell the captain,
Exactly.
Harman will be thinking about some other plan. Probably she's
That is
also
why maybe Kranti said, believe me, please give me at least 1 over.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
not like Harman said that no, I'm not going to
Yes.
give you
So
your
that is
field.
also
So
good.
she's going to give you your field.
Yes,
She's going to back you up.
And that, and
You know,
that
to be
also
very
we have
honest,
done.
Snehasis, no captain really tells you that I'm not going to give the bowler their
Exactly,
field.
exactly.
But the
Because
bowler has to know what
captains
field they
always
want.
think about the fielding perspective,
Yes.
right? That okay, this player might hit generally in that area, so we
Yes.
have to cover that. But if a bowler has certain plan that okay, I can dismiss this batter in this pattern, then I think the bowler should have a call, and then obviously, as Harman did, I think every captain should do. So that is a very good thing. Kranti was superb, but against spinners, I think Kirti, Snehana, N. Srichirani was
Nirana forgot that
Ah.
it had to land.
She didn't practice for 2 days at all in Sri Lanka, and she struggled badly. But yeah, but still I will say okay, one rare day off for spinners, because they did decent enough against the Sri Lanka. So yeah, but again you have to improve, and especially the fielders. The fielders have to help the bowlers to get bundled out, to help them getting bundled out opposition for 100 or 112 when if they're playing someone like Pakistan or Bangladesh. So the fielders have to step up, and especially Richa Ghosh behind the stump. Especially Richa Ghosh 4 drops and twice
My
hit run.
bigger problem is none of the drops were such where you can discount her
Yeah.
by saying
Okay.
that okay, it was
Yes,
a
about
tough
this
one.
catch.
Yeah, it was a tough one. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt. There's definite technical issues out there, and that's one thing that Richa somehow has to work on. Fitness definitely seems like an issue, and this is a regular discussion that we have been having for the past 2.5 years. My only worry or frustration or anger with this team is how come we are discussing the same points over and over again. Be it apart from the England tour where we were quite clinical, but even then when we lost the 2 T20 guys, I remember we were discussing that same thing. Important moments, we should have won those games, we should have been more clinical. Somehow India, the ground fielding was poor. As I said in the pre-show, I do think that it's high time the fielding drills are changed. I also think the batting drills should be changed.
The same discussion happened during the T20 World Cup last year also. Same thing,
Yes.
again and again.
Yes.
Same match.
But when it comes to the batting drills, I think we used to have a drill. As a coach, I used to give my batters this drill that you keep cones as fielders, and then you have to hit the gaps. Because especially players like Pratika and Hurley, they're getting stuck at one end and making run scoring looks so difficult in these pitches that the entire batting unit is then getting affected and playing a catch-up game entirely. As far as the bowlers is concerned, I think you cannot expect them to get help in every single pitch. If they don't, Deepthi started bowling leg side, Snehasis was bowling full tosses, and then to add to all those woeful batting and bowling, shambolic failing.
Absolutely. In all three departments, question raised yesterday, and that is the most concerning thing. Following that, you have 4 big matches coming, right? You have to face, right now in Vizag, you have to face South Africa and Australia, and then you have to face in Indore, England, and then in Navi Mumbai, one of your first game is against New Zealand, then you have to face Bangladesh. So you're expected to beat Bangladesh, though it will not be easy. Because they have better spinners and better experienced batters who knows how to score runs. So that will be a tricky thing, but still you are expected to beat them. But by then, I think your campaign will be decided. Whether you are in the race for the semi-final, or you are already sealed your place in the semi-final, or you are already advanced and out of the whole World Cup. So I think huge 4 games coming, and you have to win minimum 2 out of those games to keep yourself alive in the race, because you don't want the net running scenario come in the picture to get qualified for the semi-final.
Absolutely, I think nobody wants a net run rate to come into the picture, but there's a lot to play for, and Vizag will be an important venue. If India goes from Vizag 2-all, that is 2 matches won, 2 matches lost, it will be very, very difficult from then on to get your campaign back on the track. You guys, we'll be coming back with all the updates from Vizag from tomorrow, today also, as much as possible. We will come back. We will follow Team India, of course. We will follow the entire World Cup, of course.
After which is a Team India following us, because you always reached ahead of them.
That's true. Here also we are reaching ahead of them. It's actually, let's turn the tables. Team India is following Revsportz. So Team India will keep following Revsportz, while you guys too need to follow Revsportz, and there are 3 simple steps in which you can keep following and supporting Revsportz: like, share and subscribe. We have channels in 3 languages: Revsportz, Revsportz Hindi and Revsportz Bangla. Give all your love to all 3 channels, and Snehasis and I will keep coming back. As of now, we need to have some breakfast.
Thank you.